Oh my, what it was a joy to see us dominate those corn dog eating sons of bitches.
Away we go, baby.
Loved every
Away
single
we
second,
go.
single second of it. I want to say thanks to the gentleman who filmed that with me. They were very kind. They shall remain nameless because they are, of course, innocent in this grand scheme of ours. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is
You sure? You
Thursday.
sure some of those kids don't need a shout out real quick?
No, we're going for to protect their identities. The innocent will remain nameless. Um, they know who they are. Let's just say that.
All right.
It is Thursday evening at about 15 past 9 in the Eastern time zone of the section of the United States. And it's time for the Very Orange live stream. I am your co-host, Super Genius Wiley, alongside my hetero life mate. Introduce yourself there, my friend.
I am young Brendan.
And
We got a good one for you tonight. We're going to talk about that kicking that tiger ass. Start off the show.
it's Bama week.
And it's Bama week.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ding. Oh, I look forward to this. I look forward to this week, even though it's been a royal ass kicking for the past 15 years. Come
Y'all
on,
join us.
Get
There it
in,
is.
get up in this shit. It's time.
We're ready to talk to
We
you.
want people showing up. We want people coming here and commenting and getting in our grills and talking about all the smack that we say and
Ooh.
how we still try to remain rational in our fanhood. Try to maintain a little objectivity in the insanity, if you will.
While we're at shout outs, I'd like to thank our friend Robert for making our nice little Very Orange live stream background for us.
Yes, check out Robert on the DGD podcast. He is a dog.
He's all right for one of them Georgia boys.
We don't hold it against him. I mean, he could
Oh
be worse.
Lord, we already got the comments.
It could be worse. He could be hiding out the PNG file for the broadcast. All right, thanks, Robert. We'll take.
You just nerded it up a bit.
You're
on
taking
here.
care. You're taking care of us.
But yes,
I mean, Robert, you could be a lot worse. You could be one of them cowardly son bitches hiding behind those hedges.
you could be one of those rat loving bastards sitting there behind the hedges. Too damn good to come on here and talk to us about a little volunteer dominance.
Even the most, of course, there are the biased among us who are also afraid to come on here. But we won't talk about them. We won't waste our breath. Yeah. Some of those people who are biased are actually pretty nice. We ought to cut them a little slack, but not all
bias,
of them.
folks.
Not all of them. Not all.
Well, one of them's still hurting from that big L handed to him in Neyland Stadium. All right, so let's talk about some corn dog smelling some bitches while we're at it.
Well, let me just say this. Objectively speaking, I was pretty damn well gobsmacked, to be honest with you. I didn't see us winning by 27. I really didn't.
No,
I thought we would cover. I thought we might take it by a touchdown. But man,
just the
And
electricity.
LSU could not stop stepping on their own Johnsons.
Right.
Okay, I mean, just from the very beginning of the game, it's just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. The only thing that we knew going in was that offensive line was a weakness, and we showed that it was a weakness. They didn't even have all their starters available for the game, so we knew that going in. We knew that Jaden Daniels was going to be able to run the ball with, and we kept them we kept the leash on him pretty for the most part.
Yeah.
He did throw for 300, but that being said,
That
he
was
only
some
threw
meaning
he only
bullshit.
threw for one touchdown, exactly one. So that I thought overall defensively it was the best game we possibly could. Offense did exactly what they had to do. We did not turn over the ball. We um, thank you, sir. Thank you, fearless leader. We appreciate that.
Oh, does that mean we're going to get some hate comments?
Our nameless leader, nameless faceless leader is hooking us up.
No,
But
no, no. Is that a promise or a threat? Sharing on all channels, sirs.
either way, bring it. That's all I got to say about that.
He said, God, I
Um,
hope so.
God, but I thought our offense held serve very well. I mean, statistically passing the ball, Hendon did not have his highest output, but he didn't need it.
No.
I mean, the defense did what it did. The run game did what we need to do. We made the plays we needed to make, and we kept them out of the end zone for
Hashtag
for 3 quarters.
You're my boy, Brew.
You're my boy, Brew.
Let's start sharing it.
So now this is the, we move on from the frying pan into the fire.
Swamp rats. Now, I love y'all from LSU. I've got family that graduated.
I mean, I've got friends who are LSU fans. God love them, the misguided creatures. I mean, alcohol, boudin, and bourrée are horrible drugs or horrible vices. So
I can take one at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
not all together.
But I was, and we outplayed them, we out schemed, we out coached them. I mean, even Brian Kelly, that arrogant asshole, admitted that he got out.
Yeah.
He got out coached. That does not surprise me one bit. But that being said, I think it's time to go. It's time to move on to the matter at hand. It is the third week in October.
It is the third week. First off, this whole thing with our safety is complete and utter bullshit.
Look,
I'm just going to throw it out there.
The guy was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
He walked into the wrong apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who knows that the area of Knoxville that happened, it happened in an area on the back end of an area called Fort Sanders. It's actually behind the fort, if you want to be technical. It's called Grand Avenue. It's, I mean, mostly apartments, co-ed students and things like that. But it's not necessarily it's not the most secure area of town. The guy walked into the wrong apartment. Who knows? I mean, and Jalen McCullough thought the guy was trying to rob him. Some things were said, and he punched the guy. Now, nobody is disputing that the guy got hurt. What's in dispute is the circumstances that led up to that injury. Coach Heupel has declined to say anything at all Um, as far as um, what Jalen's status is going to be, he wouldn't go there. He didn't go there today in his final pregame press conference. My he's
Hey,
probably he's probably not going to play. I'd be shocked if he did.
yeah,
Um,
and that's the
he
shame of it
prob he
all.
probably he probably won't play against Martin. He'll probably be back on the 29th for is that Kentucky or South Carolina? I think that's Kentucky.
Yeah, I think so.
I
See,
think
they
I, th- I think yeah. I
screwed
think
up the
so.
schedule.
So I,
It
so I
used to
think
be Kentucky.
yeah. I don't think he'll play at Alabama.
You
I don't.
know, those mighty Wildcats.
Yeah. Then declawed kitties. But that's a different show, different week.
Different
Got to
show,
focus on
different week.
we got to focus
We
on them
got to talk
Gumpers,
about
man.
Bama.
Got to focus on the Gumpers.
All right. So, in Gumper news, I've heard that Bryce Young is going to play. Haven't heard anything official, but I've heard that Bryce Young is going to play.
Josh Pate said on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday, that he had not heard that Bryce was going to play. Um, if Bryce plays, he's not going to be 100%.
No,
That is
there's no way.
that is a type of injury that heals slowly at best. It's a sprained AC joint, and with the repetitive with the stress that throwing a football, the throwing motion, the motion that goes into throwing a football, that stress that puts on that joint, it doesn't help it heal.
Oh.
Um, so
Well, I
if
just
if
can't
if if he, if he
imagine.
plays if he plays, he's not going to be putting a lot of zip on the ball.
Yeah.
If they go Milrow, I mean, there's definitely more of a running threat there. Um,
Yeah,
but
but that kid,
I think other than playing AR-15, we proved with Jaden Daniels we can handle a running quarterback.
yeah.
Um, so
I just,
I agree with Josh Payton. It doesn't matter who plays quarterback. It just does not matter. We get a pass if Young is back there like a
yeah.
statue and he can run. Don't get me wrong, Jade. I mean, Bryce Young can run. He
Yeah.
can. He proved that last year. Because I said the same thing last year. If he sat back there like a statue, he's going to get pounded. But the problem is he going to be a little gun shy to run the ball to get
Right.
flushed out of
Right.
the
Right.
pocket
Right.
with that shoulder? Byron Young dumps him on that shoulder a couple times. How quick how long is he going to be in there? Um,
Yeah.
so
That's exactly my thought. Hey,
it's going to be
you
interesting.
can't you can't have a shoulder like that and then
If
you're
he
getting
plays,
pounded into the ground once.
if he plays, um, I would not expect. I mean, there's not going to be any zip on the ball. I
Yeah.
mean that's the main
Bunch of dead ducks out there.
signifier of one of the things that injury just takes away all the torque, all the force that you can put behind the ball. So I just don't see the pass game um, being any better if he plays or not. Um,
Right.
I mean, it's a definite strength that if you've got a quarterback with a bad wing, what good is he doing you out there? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's talk about my favorite player on Bama. That traitor son of a bitch, Henry Toa Toa.
I'm on record saying this. I actually asked Coach Josh Heupel last night in front of about 200 people, maybe.
Yeah,
I asked him.
something.
I said, Coach, can I request that we have a couple drag routes across the middle, a couple slants, because we all know, because we all know as Tennessee fans, Henry Toho can't cover shit. And I didn't say that, but that was the inference I gave. Um, that was his big Achilles heel at Tennessee. He'd get lost in pass coverage.
Yeah.
He'd stick that head inside, looking back in the backfield, and the damn receiver, tight end or slot receiver, to run right by his ass every single time. Now, granted, that's happened to Jeremy Banks a few times too, but to Banks' credit, he has gotten better at that.
Yeah.
Um, so, and I think, and this is a personal game for Toto. It is. I mean, it's just like the Florida game was personal to Gerald Mincy, but you know, there's a difference here. This ain't the Bama we played last year.
No, not at
It's not,
all.
and we're not the same team that they played that they played last year.
No, we're not.
Um, we were a lot more confident. We were a lot more set in what we're doing. Um, we're playing a lot. The discipline that we're playing with, the offensive line is much improved in terms of their play over the last year. We have not given up nearly as many sacks this year as we had this year. So I mean, this is going to be and this is going to be the biggest test we have. I mean, Will Anderson is not a joke.
He's not a slouch.
He's not a joke. He is your he's more than likely going to be your Outland Trophy winner.
Yeah.
And he could potentially be invited as a finalist to New York for the Heisman and be, I don't know that he'll win it, but he could very well replicate Manti Te'o's runner-up finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a definite possibility there. But and then of course,
I got a good question for you.
sure.
What do you think it would take for a defensive player to win the Heisman? Is it more they have to perform extra, or these quarterbacks that are so highly touted just have, a Will Levis situation?
They've got to have moments that alter the course of games.
Yeah.
And alter the course of seasons. You could argue that in '97 Charles Woodson had that at Michigan. I mean, that's the last year Michigan won a national title. Yeah. So you from his from intercepting balls to returning punts to returning kicks and things like that, Charles Woodson had that ability. And he did that in a lot of instances. Will Anderson hadn't done that. Not yet. I'm not saying he can't, and I'm not saying he won't. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be against us.
But he's not. He hasn't been everything to everyone.
No,
yet.
that the Heisman he's not. He has not been as essential to our success as their success as Hook has been to ours.
Yeah.
I mean that's not to say that Joe Milton's been playing. He couldn't step in and come out with similar results. I wouldn't say the same results. I'm not going to say similar. So I think while Will Anderson is important to Bama, he is not improved. He has not demonstrated that he is that game altering force to this point. So that's what I think would and until he does that, until a defensive player gets to that point, that it's not going to happen again. I mean, there have been plenty of players who are freak athletes who played defense who were capable of winning Heismans, but never did. I mean, Manti Te'o was running up in the Heisman that year because there wasn't anybody else.
Right.
I mean,
take a little time for self-promotion here.
In case anybody's curious, Premier Protein, chocolate peanut butter protein shake, 30 grams of protein, 160 calories, 1 gram total sugar. This is if you're looking for a meal replacement or a snack to add extra fluid, this is the shit.
You know what would get Anderson? Would put him over the top for that Heisman? A little bit of Milo's.
The manna of the South.
The manna of the South.
And them Gumpers love their Milos, baby.
They wash it down with there's a shrimp sandwich, there's a boiled shrimp, there's a fried shrimp.
Shrimp soup, shrimp salad.
Go good with any of it.
Shrimp gumbo, exactly.
If you look below, you like what you see here, us talking. We've got a link tree, linktree.com/field of streams. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Check us out. We got a whole library of things.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're a Georgia fan.
Even if you're a Georgia fan, Florida fan, SEC West fan, A&M, Ole Miss, come take a look at it. There's a little bit of everything there
A little bit of everything
for all SEC fans, and we're continually growing. I want to thank everybody that takes the time to
absolutely
even glance at the videos. I mean, look, we're amateurs when we admit it, but people like you help keep us going, help spread the word, get us
especially that one person that's watching.
Exactly. The public that gives us the pub that we need to keep going. Hopefully someday, God willing, we might be able to
we'll have a Field of Streams mansion to
eke some kind of money out of this. The next,
yeah.
So hopefully someday we'll be able to get press passes so we can say we're bona fide. But yeah, like I said, I want to thank everybody who takes the time to watch us. It is much appreciated. Anyway,
let's take a short little break.
Okay.
Little movie I made. Catch our breath here. Just in case you didn't see this one from us. Later, corn dogs. All right, there's something wrong with that guy.
I know, but we love him anyway.
Let's make some picks.
Okay,
you ready?
Sure,
for some
why
picks?
not?
Anybody want to make comments while we make picks? Tell me all about it. Let's see here. Let's take our little ticker down. And yeah, might as well go with this game first. Because
bring the popcorn.
Bring your popcorn.
Bring your popcorn.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I hate to admit I've been kind of quietly impressed with the job that old Kiffy has been doing over there, and
cheers to you.
This year, losing. It's hard to replace a quarterback.
It is
like Matt Corral, and their defense has played really well too. I mean, there's what can we say to denigrate Auburn that we haven't already said this year?
Hey, my watchers out there, help me out here. What's the highest number of points Ole Miss has scored? Because we're not watching Ole Miss anytime soon. Because to me, they're if I had to break that, they're like 75% defense, 25 offense. They do just enough to kind of
they do it. They do enough. They definitely shut down Will Levis.
Yeah,
and it really embarrassed Kentucky.
Will Levis?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to comment about that too. So I really think that by the time Auburn gets back, by the time Brian Harsin gets back home, he's gonna have a beacon struck in his front yard.
Dude, it is the same story every week. Like, when they gonna fire his ass? When are they gonna cut the cord?
They are rated dead last in the SEC. Dead. They beat Missouri, and Missouri's still rated ahead of them. Vanderbilt is 3 spaces above Auburn
Yeah.
in the ratings. It just,
I
bottom. That bottom must be that rock bottom's got to be damn cold at this point. Yeah, Ole Miss big. Seriously, I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah, no. That 14.5, I mean, I don't see what's stopping Ole Miss from scoring.
It could be 28, and I'd still go Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm thinking very similarly. Now, if some magic happens and Auburn wins, I ain't gonna be mad. I want to see that crybaby on the sidelines boo-hooing. But I'm a realist, and I've got to take.
I mean, realistically, Ole Miss right now is the second. I think is the second best team in the SEC West. You've got Alabama, you got Ole Miss, and you got State.
Are they better than Mississippi State though?
It's close, but I trust. I mean, I still think I trust.
But how much of that is history?
Maybe.
See,
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to the Egg Bowl.
But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Mississippi State to play Alabama.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Neither is Ole Miss, but for that matter.
Alabama.
Yeah.
All right, Keith Jackson. Speaking of Mississippi State, where are they at down here? We'll go to this next one. We're going from the basement to the attic, baby, with these picks.
The Pigs versus the Mormons. Well, the Mormons probably had to go on a big sweat this week to sweat all the toxins and the sin from going to Las Vegas last week and losing to Notre Dame. So in Arkansas's got to go out to Provo and play. Provo's a little bit mountainous. It's going to be kind of a different environment for the play-in.
First of all, what the hell kind of -1.5?
I mean, it's a sucker bet. It really,
Yeah.
I mean, when you just for me in my mind, that says Vegas has zero confidence in the team to cover.
We got us a comment.
But since you posted that, the line has gone even. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Thanks, pal.
I'm going to back our boy Dargan, and I'm gonna pick the Hogs because I can't see. They're bigger than BYU. If their quarterback shows up, it's not going to be. I mean, it'd probably be close for a while, but
yeah, what the hell has happened to KJ Jefferson?
I don't know.
I mean, he's on like every list. Oh, watch this quarterback this season. Who's going to be coming out of the SEC that's so great?
Him.
Look at this list. Hey,
when we knew all along it wasn't really him to begin with.
Yeah.
Dewey Vols fans.
Shit the bed, as some people would say. That's a rough. Now it's dead even. So
I'm just gonna pick the Hogs. I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna be an SEC homer on that one.
I'm gonna be a Dargan homer.
Dargan homer.
Our man Dargan.
Papa Hog.
Papa Hog. That sounds kind of dirty. Where are we at?
Could be boss hog kick you.
Actually, we jumped a little bit on our reach to the because there's this game.
38 and a half.
What does Mitch do when he can't make picks live on the air?
I don't know.
Does he have to cry himself to sleep?
Probably.
He's just dying to take those 38 points. Ma. Yeah.
You know,
Although I can't blame him because
it's to honor Mitch. I'm going to say this. That's a lot of points. It is.
that's a lot of points.
I'd be a lot happier if that line was 35.
Yeah.
And Vandy's probably pretty pissed about the shellacking they took in Nashville last year. That was brutal.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, Georgia's proven they're not what they were last year. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but are they on the same level that they were last year? And I just don't think so. I think it's about. I think the line's about 3 points too high. I'm gonna take Vandy. I'm gonna take Vandy plus the 38 and a half.
All right.
I'm saying this game's probably gonna be like a 42-10, something like that.
Yeah.
Step toe Baggins. And I don't care what nickname I give him. Damn it, Step toe Baggins is gonna find a way to turn the ball over, and Vandy will figure out a way to score.
Mistletoe Baggins.
Mistletoe. It's not Christmas yet. Don't go there.
Just piss you Georgia boys off. We'll give him every name we can think of. Do you think Vandy can score against Georgia?
South Carolina scored against Georgia, and I don't think Vandy's that much better than South Carolina.
This is true.
Although I don't think South Carolina's that much any better than Vandy. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. I think Vandy can score on anybody. In the
I do.
They scored on Bama. Yeah, I like Mike Wright. He has his moments. They're few and far between, but he does have them.
Yeah. Well, he's got those wheels on him for sure.
Yep. So somebody's gonna have to pay some serious spy.
Yeah.
On Saturday to keep an eye on him.
Shit. 38 and a half.
That's a lot of points, dude.
I think you're right. I think it might be like a 42-10, 45-10 kind of game. I'm going to take Vandy. Oh, we of little faith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on that just to see. We hit Arky, we hit Auburn. Let's go to our two favorite teams.
Okay.
One that we beat the living shit out of.
LSU against Florida. Florida's 2.5-point favorite. This is at the Swamp. Brian Kelly needs this for legitimacy.
Yeah.
But they're facing a secondary that is marginally better than the one they just helped beat them last week. So I think I'm gonna take Florida minus the 2.5. I could definitely see Billy Napier out coaching Brian Kelly in this game.
And so you're going with the Chompers.
I'm going to go with the Chompers in this one.
Shoot. That's a close little margin there.
As long as they don't throw any shoes. So.
That's. Do we want him to throw shoes or not throw shoes? I kind of like to see. What did he call it? Yeet the cleat part
Yeah.
2. Wouldn't bother me a bit.
Mm.
Um, I don't think. It's hard to imagine Brian Kelly going into the swamp and handling business. Um, so I think Florida's got this one.
Yeah.
Maybe by field goal.
I think it's going to be close, but yeah, I think I think Florida's going to get it.
Getting a little more interesting right here. Actually, not because I think this is going to be a blowout.
If Levis doesn't play, and I have not heard, I have not heard how bad the finger is. If Levis doesn't play, where's Kentucky going to get their offense from? Other than handing the ball off to Rodriguez and Smoke, which is not going to accomplish much.
Yeah. Who did they lose to last week? The mighty Gamecocks of South Carolina.
So I'm going to take the Maroon Bulldogies in this one.
Yeah.
I think this might be the game that actually might convince Coach Stoops that he probably needs to move on. The brighter pastures while the getting is good, but we'll see.
You know, that is a fair point.
Well, it's a situation where how far you've taken them further than anybody else can. Can you go any further with it?
Yeah.
So
I think this is going to happen. I think with Levis, I think if anybody's going to be gun shy, it's going to be him. If he does play, if he doesn't, this thing could turn into Texas A&M type score. Go Bulldogs!
Yeah, it would be interesting. I guarantee if he's playing, he's probably not going to be taking any snaps from directly under center. It's all going to be shotgun because jamming that ball, that sore finger, that is not going to feel good.
Yeah,
take snap under center. That's going to be painful as hell. So
yeah, hell yeah. All right, the game, one that brought those ESPN boys back into town. Alabama versus our UT Vols. Comment. Tell me what's going to happen in this game, people that are watching. Let me know. What you got, Dren?
My mama raised me not to hate anything, but I hate Alabama with a fucking passion. I have family members who went to Alabama. I don't hate them. I forgave them. I actually forgave them a long time ago. The worm is turning. We're the ones who have the momentum on our side.
Uh-oh.
We are healthy. We have been playing well. We've been playing mistake-free football, and we have been able to run the ball. We have been. I mean, if you look at us statistically, I mean, it's been pretty even. We're there's only a couple 100 yards difference in how much we've thrown the ball and our rushing numbers. We've been really, really balanced. So it's not been all, it's not been spread the field and throw the ball all over the place. I agree we need to be able to run the ball. And I agree, we'll have our top three in the backfield. We'll have Jabari Small. We'll have Jalen Hyatt. We'll have Dylan Sampson ready to go. Um, it still remains to be seen whether or not Tillman's going to be able to go. I don't think he's going to play. I don't
No,
think I
I
don't I don't
don't.
I don't think I don't think we'll see Tillman before Kentucky. To be honest with you,
That's what I was thinking.
which
Around Kentucky would
which
be.
really because we don't. I mean, we didn't need him against LSU. We didn't need him against you know we didn't need him against Florida. Well, we needed him. It was nice to have him against Florida, but it turned out okay. But we didn't need him against LSU. It would be a luxury to have him against Alabama, but they still have to defend Jalen Hyatt. They still have to defend Ramelke, and they still got to defend Brew McCoy and
You're
Squirrel
my
White
boy, Brew.
and Squirrel White for that matter. So I think even without Tillman, we still have plenty of weapons out there ready to go. Plus, we got the best quarterback in the damn conference behind an offensive line that gets better and better each time they go out.
They do.
So um, the big concern is always going to be defending the pass. But if Bryce Young's hurt, how much is he actually realistically is he going to be able to throw the ball? I mean, all I've heard this week is Bryce is on a pitch count. He's on a pitch count because they know the more he throws, the more screwed up that shoulder gets.
Yep.
So I mean, that's basically what it is. If we can get a pass rush on it, if we can get in that backfield, if we can keep if we can keep a handle on Jahmyr Gibbs, which nobody's really been able to do yet. Arkansas sure as hell couldn't. Um, I think we're good. I mean, we're the best defensive line they've faced so far. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree with
we
that.
are top 10 in the country in rush defense, and we've been going out there every week and getting it done. And we're going to get it done again. We're winning outright, and
Winning
it's
out, right?
it's going to be a statement.
Money lie, money lie. That's it. That's all I got to say. I think we're going to take it to them. I think they hadn't played a team like this. They're coming to our house. It's going to make that Florida game look like pee-wee football.
Mhm. I always go back to my man Maximus Decimus Meridius. We're going to give them something they've never seen before. And then we'll be moving on down the line to the next one.
Question, and I think I ask this every week. Squirrel White, I think he needs to be, well, that's more of a statement, not a question. I think Squirrel White needs to be returning punts and kicks for us.
Um, I think, yeah, possibly. I thought D. Williams had a hell of a game. I mean,
Yeah,
if it wasn't for a punter, he would have run back. So I think that he
that's true.
I think that's going to be his job. I think it was intended to be his job from the very beginning.
Mm.
Um, because and I think he has the speed that Squirrel has, but more importantly, D has size that Squirrel doesn't. You have to be but
He,
Squirrel's got to bulk up a little bit. He's
yeah,
pretty. I mean, he's faster than a damn hiccup, but he's really slight. And
yeah,
he's never going to be a huge guy, but he needs to add some muscle on that frame so he's able to take the pounding that job requires.
yeah.
So I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't think now's the time.
Yeah,
I think
you need to
I
be a
think
little bit bulky back there,
yeah,
be able to take his
I think
hits.
D Williams is our man for now until I'm proven otherwise.
All right. I believe that wraps up our picks.
It should be everything. I saw the list earlier.
Yeah. All right. Um, so let's preface Tell the good people out there what we did just last night.
Last night with a couple of very beautiful ladies, we went out to Calhoun's on the River in Knoxville, Tennessee, to watch Vol Calls, which is the weekly call-in show for Coach Josh Heupel, and we came across some very nice ball fans, including one who you'll be seeing here very shortly. We got to interact with some wonderful people. We had a very nice conversation with Lady Vols coach Kelly Harper, and she was most gracious to us, just to take time away from her family while they were relaxing to talk to us. It was very nice. Coach Heupel was, of course, very nice, and that leads right into, and one of the people we meet leads right into the good, the bad, and the double bagged.
Yes, sir. And away we go. Do, 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 do. All right. So you'll notice to our right, there is a gentleman, and I actually met someone shorter than myself. His name is Mac Orick, and he is our recipient of the good this week.
Legendary Vols fan. That, for instance, what Brandon is sitting in is a vintage 1978, beautifully maintained orange with white leather interior VW Bug, and it is extremely pretty. I did not climb into it because if I'd gotten in it with my long legs, I never would have gotten out. So then I did not want to damage stain.
It was kind of set up. It's kind of set up like a little bumper car. That
it is.
A child could drive.
It's definitely for the LBFs of the world. If you want to know what the LBF is, look it up, because the LBFs get to drive all the cool cars. Let's just go ahead and say it. But Mr. Mack was very great. She's very nice. We commented on his choice of headwear, the orange and white herringbone style hat. We considered it might be a little sacrilegious giving the BAMA connotations, but it's orange and white, and by God, does he ever look handsome as hell in it.
Gem of a human being.
So thank you, sir, for being so kind to us. He made us come out to the car, which was even better about it. He took us out there and showed it to us, which makes it even more special. The fact that he did that for us on his own accord.
I'm gonna say without hesitation, my favorite part of the evening. Even though we got to meet the Lady Vols coach, we got to meet Heupel.
It was a highlight of the evening. It was very unexpected.
Yeah,
and those are usually the best things.
Yes, sir. All right, let's look at the bad.
Okay, now look. Let me just preface this by saying, I have been overweight almost my entire adult life. Okay, I've been obese most of my entire adult life. So I'm prefacing it by saying that I know what it's like to be that big, and my question is how can you get can you get an ass that size into one pair of football pants?
I have no idea. But it's not strictly the gentleman. I just like this picture because there aren't that many 400-pounders in college football. It's more about the Gators. It's more about the Gators. They won by 7 against I realize
Boy.
that makes us beating them look not that great, but they had to be called out.
Well, give it time. November 12th will be here soon enough, and they'll come crashing back down to earth.
This is true. But good luck to this large individual.
Yes.
I don't know how you do anything on a football field being that size. I don't like. Do you
I
run
mean,
anywhere? Do
I
you?
mean, I'm amazed they don't have a short yardage package for him yet.
You know, he'd be hard to stop.
I mean, he's definitely Fridge esque plus.
Yep, for sure. All right. And the double bag.
Oh God.
Your Kentucky Wildcats, ladies and gentlemen. Your Kentucky Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Highly touted by some Kentucky Wildcats.
Wildcats football. I just, I mean, as much as I enjoy chaos in football, um, I don't get this. I mean, look like a big.
Excellent comment,
Yes,
sir.
yes, that is very apropos, sir. I just don't. I mean, they were so better than diamond rings, baby. Yep. I
Football.
exactly. I don't. Yeah, just it shows you the downside to hype. Everybody was so high. There's so many people were so high on Kentucky. This is the year. This is the year they're going to finish second in the East. They're going to get to a bit. They're going to get to a New Year's Six bowl. Um, and they just look so god awfully bad against a team that's not that good. I mean, I think honestly, what I kind of think they were just punch drunk from the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of bones, and that's an interesting stat, fearless leader. Thank you. Missouri has lost 3 SEC games by combined 14 points. That's got to sting.
It does.
I think that average will go up here in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how that can be anything but we've overlooked your ass. And
I don't necessarily think it was overlooking somebody. I think they got smacked around. They got smacked around and didn't expect to get smacked around, and just were kind of like,
yeah,
just lethargic. And
oh, in Kentucky's case, yeah,
and they got run over. That's the only thing I can chalk it up to, because if you had asked me who was going to win this game at the beginning of the season, I said Kentucky's going to win by 2 touchdowns at least. But it just they looked god awful out there. They look like old Kentucky. They look like Guy Morris, Bill Curry, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but that doing those handful of things, fearless leader, has not translated to victories, and they're. I just,
after what Drinkwitz had to say, for being frank, has it reached the 10 o'clock hour yet? Oh yes, it has.
It's 10:09.
Fuck Eli Drinkwitz. Your kid should be in bed.
Yep.
Even if it is fall break.
For most of us in the Southeast, yes.
All right. So, let's get any more comments about Mizzou or otherwise.
Nah, I think we've
Y'all
spent enough time on
watching.
that. I think I think everybody knows what they're here to see and what they came to.
Oh, hot off the presses, baby. Hot off the press. Let's find it.
I'm assuming you hit all the porn, right?
No, it's after 10 o'clock, like I said. Hey, don't celebrate Columbus Day. Was that too much to say?
Exactly.
To our friends. There she is.
I mean, if you're.
Let me preface this because it kind of made me feel old because it's like a zennial kind of late millennial sense of humor thing, and apparently it's hilarious. There's a shirt that came out, and they made a meme about it, and it has a bunch of wolves on it, and it was like, yeah, if you wear the wolf shirt, it'll make you a man, put hair on your chest, blah blah, silly stuff like that. And this is the Vols take on that somebody made it.
I mean, I like it.
I do like it.
It's yeah. I don't know that I would wear it personally, but I mean, it's not hideous.
No, but I see. I knew,
and I am not much of a trendsetter. You don't see people at Tennessee games wearing Hawaiian flowery shirts and just generic orange stuff. You see them more in jerseys, Tennessee stuff. So I've always kind of marched to my own beat on that front. I never really cared about fashion trends. I mean, if it fit and it looked halfway decent, and it was the right color, I wore it or I wear it. I have to like it.
Yeah.
Okay. And forget the turn of phrase, but fuck the rest of the world. I have to like it.
I get it.
Yeah. And so far, people have liked it. I've gotten some compliments on the ensemble that I wear on the show and to games.
That's a good ensemble.
It is.
Nothing wrong with the ensemble. Uh-oh. Comments aplenty.
Oh hell, here we go.
My grandfather would say, "I hope you bought two of them, one to crap on and one to cover it up with." That is a little bit brilliant. I like it. Except I don't think Grandpa said one to crap on.
From what I know of this gentleman's grandfather, I wouldn't doubt it one bit. Of course, until the other team comes out with a picture of their dog doing the same thing, they can just shut up about it.
There's something to be said. That looks like it came straight from Wish. You're not exactly wrong. I don't even know if it's a real shirt. It's somebody came up with, I think.
I'm sure if it
was hilarious.
If it wasn't made before then, it's being made now. I guarantee you somebody.
Yeah.
You'll see it on the street in Knoxville this weekend.
Hey, follow the Vol Shop on Twitter.
Yep.
Free shout out. All right, sir. We've come to the end of the line. We fed you. We poured you a few drinks. Served you dessert.
It's now time to kick your ass out.
Now get the hell out of here. Go Vols.
Go Vols. Buck Fama.
Buck Fama.